everybody. Welcome to the HooperCast. Holy shit, we're on video.
Whoa, you can see me. Dragon Ball. It just turned into an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Have you ever seen those videos on YouTube that's just like people powering up in that show?
Yeah.
It's just a montage of people screaming.
Didn't one of those dudes pass out in the booth once?
I think Sean Schimmel passed out, like when he was going like Super Saiyan for the first time.
Yeah,
passed out of the booth. There's another one that's there's an epic rap battle of history. That's like Goku versus Superman or something.
Oh yeah.
And Superman's going off like, I'm the Man of Steel, blah blah blah. But I'm humble because I'm Clark Kent. And then so Goku's very first words are screamed, like it's the Superman's just like, he's talking normal, but he's rapping, And so, he finishes up, and the Goku goes, "When are you going to stop insulting me?" And then, then the rap kind of begins. Well, we are in video form because we're going to try this out and do maybe just some quick film news. The most relevant piece of film news that I know of right now is the Deadpool stuff.
Yeah.
Which is that I don't know when the release date was announced, but I know it was announced yesterday, which today is April 2nd, so it was April Fool's Day on Wednesday. I think Ryan Reynolds tweeted out that it was going to be PG-13, and everyone was like, no. And then they released this video of Mario Lopez interviewing him about it, and then Deadpool comes up behind him and hits him with like a light and curses at him and says it's gonna be rated R April Fools, and then everyone was like, yeah, that's really refreshing because you would not think, especially with all the trouble this has had getting to the big screen, you would think that they would just sort of take anything to get to but they got everything they wanted. I mean, this would be the first X-Men film to be rated R.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far they're going with it either.
Yeah, no, this is true. I don't know how far they're going with it. I also don't know how connected it'll be to the X-Men franchise. And I don't know if they'll market it as being connected or not. No. But yeah, no, it's really, really interesting. And the video was really funny. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not even a Deadpool fan, but I think it's just cool because the costume is so authentic to what's in the comics.
Yeah.
And just clearly they're like, okay, we know we screwed up with Wolverine, so we're going to do it right. And the fact that this is sort of a passion project of Ryan Reynolds, I think, gives it a little credence, too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Do we know who's directing it? I don't know that much about it.
I don't either. I've kind of stayed away from it. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, after I saw that, I just kind of YouTubed Deadpool, and I watched that test footage again that was leaked in June. Yeah, leaked.
It's directed by Tim Miller, who has 2 credits to his name so far as director. They're both short films. He did... basically nothing. He's a second unit director on the opening sequence of Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, okay.
Miscellaneous crew on The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. He did the title sequence.
That either means he's tremendously unproven or tremendously inexperienced and unqualified. So who knows? But
who knows?
Hopefully he just... This is like he's waiting for his chance and not like,
right, exactly.
Oh God, I'm a director now. All I know how to do is,
how do I direct action?
Yeah, or actors or, static shots or anything. How do you turn the camera on?
Guys, I need your help.
Please.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not that. But
nah.
They've only been filming like a week, about 10 days. By the time this is released, it's like barely cracking the 2-week mark on filming.
Right.
So to make now I'm a little worried too that it's being released in February.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
But
I have a feeling it'll be pushed back or forward. Either way, it'll either get Christmas or summer, but I just have a hard time believing it will be released in February.
Yeah, but then again, it'll clean up in February.
It's true, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's the only thing. It's like, what's the strategy behind releasing that, so in such a weird no man's land?
If it's a huge budget,
yeah,
then the R rating is even more weird. But if it's a small budget kind of thing, I could see the R rating being...
I think it's a small budget. It probably,
okay.
I'm not looking at the figures. God, we're irresponsible. but I was
box office mojo.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the news about the rating, I thought, well, that means the budget's going to be small, because that's the bargain you'd have to make with Fox. Is like, look, we want to be true to the voice of the comic, and the voice of the comic is R-rated.
Right.
And Fox probably said, yeah, well, we're narrowing the core audience, and they said, I realize that, so what kind of cuts do we have to make?
Right, sure. So that makes sense.
And it's just like I said, like, I would have figured they'd just take as much of the budget as they could and compromise the rating, but I'm glad they didn't.
Right.
Because after this, like I said, I went on and looked at all that test footage after this news came out, and then I clicked on another link where some dude had put together 17 minutes or so of like cutscenes and gameplay from the video game that was released a couple of years ago. And now I want to get that game because it looks really fun.
I heard it was pretty good.
But everything I saw in that game, the way he is, the way just there's a spot where they're trying to get across some kind of big chasm, and he's talking to himself, and these little speech bubbles like a comic book are coming up, and he's like, how do we get across? I don't know. Well, wait, do that again. What? That. And he runs across the bubbles. And there's just a ton of other cool stuff in there, cool. And jokes and stuff. And I thought, if the movie is exactly like this will be fantastic, because nothing like it's been done,
right, true.
in film before. So, and having a character break the fourth wall like that, the main character breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, it's very cool. And for me, who I would go as far as to say that I do not like Deadpool. I think he's kind of annoying personally, but I'm excited for the film, and I don't know why. Everything I've seen is just promising for some reason, and I think it gets some credence just because they have copied that costume so perfectly. It seems like they're really... Oh, yeah. I mean, think, when's the last time a costume looked that good? You know what I mean?
When I saw it's like Ryan Reynolds debuts the costume and I thought, this looks... in a good way. This looks like a Halloween costume because it looks exactly like...
It looks like what a fan would have made.
Yeah. Even the Spider-Man costume in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, you could tell, okay, it's been updated slightly. The fabric looks different. Yeah. It's true to the original costume, but you could tell it just, a wardrobe department made this. And it was like... It looks good, yeah.
Right. But this does look pulled straight from the books, and I think that's really cool because they don't do that. Hollywood does not do that. They shy away from the source material all the time. So,
right.
I'm excited for it.
Well, I'll definitely go see Deadpool, especially if it's in February and I have no other choices.
I know, right? I haven't been to the movies in a long time.
Yeah, I think even if someone like you is excited for it, I think a part of it's because the history of this thing. They've been wanting to do this film for the past 10 years, and it kept falling apart for whatever reason. I was reading about the history of it, and I was like, man, I'm kind of glad it didn't happen in 2005 with David Goyer. And I'm really glad it didn't happen in 2009 with Robert Rodriguez. And I'm really glad they didn't continue the Wade Wilson from X-Men Origins. So it got to this point, and everyone and the right people are interested. And
exactly.
So hopefully it'll be good. So.
Yeah, I think it will be. I think it'll at least be a success at what it's trying to do.
All right. Well, I guess we'll cap this episode off at that. So
yeah.
Let us know what you think that there's video now. So maybe all you people can stop emailing me broken English emails that there's no video. So stop that. Now there is. So
there is in this one.
Yeah, in this one. We're still going to do the audio episodes. Frankly, those are just way easier to put out on...
Way easier to edit.
Any sort of schedule at all. But we want to do these a little more often if people like them. I don't know if people are going to start expecting, shit to pop up, next to me or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can do that.
I think since it's just podcasty kind of thing, there's no need for any extraneous edits.
Yeah. All right, next time we'll try not to wear the exact same... color stuff.
So I was originally wearing a Beatles shirt, and then Hooper was all like, "Hey, you got to go change," and so I put on a black shirt, and I forgot that he was already wearing a black shirt. So I didn't try to copy him.
Yeah,
but I did.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Cheers.